guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Cory. If you're new here, welcome. I'm back again with my regular programming, my usual routine of doing a pen and ink review every end of the month. So this video is for my April ink pen reviews, pen and ink combination. So if you haven't seen the inking session, I'm gonna card it up for the April. I used all my Esterbrook fountain pens. So for April, I have to review them, which ones are finished or which one I hated. So there's two things you're gonna see in this type of video on my channel. First is my the ink level of the pens that I'm using, and then the rating, how I'm gonna rate it 1 to 5, 3 in between, 4 or 5 as my favorite, and some notes if there are any that I need to take down so that I would already know if these pen and ink combinations in the past that I've done, or I'm not gonna repeat what I don't like or repeat what I like. So for the first pen, it's my newest pen in my collection of Esterbrook's. Sorry, this is the palm green, inked up with, what's the ink? Jinhao Deep Blue. So this palm green is, all of my fountain pens here in Esterbrook are all fine nib. Okay, I never used any other nibs. So the comparison, or you know, the challenge is what makes it all different, aside from just the ink, different colors, or yeah, let's try to dig more on the experience of the combination. So this is a Jinhao ink, deep blue, and because Jinhao also was one of my newest ink, and I'm very curious how it is. So now it's all finished. I think it's just really enough, 2%, to make a writing of this review. So this is the first time I'm gonna review this pen, and normally for a pocket size Esterbrook, I can post them, unlike the ST size. So for the ink level, I'm just gonna zoom you in a little bit. For the ink level, it's close to none. It's just, let's just say 2%. The rating would be, out of 5, I'm gonna say it's a 3.5. This is really a smooth writer, and plus the Jinhao blue ink, I noticed it's really very wet. It's a very wet ink. So these both combination, because this is a fine American nib, then it's a little bit on the broader side. As you can see, 3.5 because it dries longer than expected. And so the notes would be like what I said, dries longer, and sometimes the ghosting with my usual Tomo River paper Hobonichi Hon or other like Traveler's Notebook, it's the ghosting is very visible. Ghosting is very strong. So I like blue black inks, or almost navy to almost black, and this is a good ink for me. However, in this nib, it really is going through, bleeding, not only ghosting, yeah, or bleeds as well. So I'm happy overall with the writing experience for this nib and ink, but I'm gonna try eventually a more drier ink for this pen. So this goes to washing. Obviously, it's almost finished. Second on my April ink pen is the Sunset Orange. This is the first Esterbrook pen that I got, pocket junior size, and again it's in F nib, And I'm gonna, let's see if the ink is finished. Totally in empty. Let's hope it will write. This is inked up with the Yamabudo Pilot Iroshizuku Yamabudo. So I did not match the color of the ink, obviously. This was the palette that I was going through, and then there's no orange, so it's zero, empty. Nothing to write as well. I might as well borrow a little bit from the palm green. It's not writing anymore. So this is not a new pen to me. It's the first one, and I've used this so much with any other ink pairing, but this is the first time I pair it with the Yamabudo. So this is null and a 0. By that, it means I've used it so much because I've inked them up almost 60% for all. I don't fully ink my my converter, so most of them are inked of the same rate. And then it's finished, so I can rate this as a 4. Now I will just try to recall why it's a 4, but I suppose it's my favorite, but not the best one. So yeah, I would say that the ink, and it's also a wet writer, but not in a bad way. It's like very smooth and buttery. So that's why I guess I keep using this. I love this Yamabudo on my traveler's notebook paper. I think that's the Midori paper, because of that purpose. This ink is really good. This pen and ink is really good. That's why it's finished. And so, by the way, I stopped using my April ink pens last April 30, obviously, and I already inked up my May, and I'm gonna do that on my next video. So let's just do this quickly, just for my subscribers and viewers who followed me. Sorry, this is not the pen. Oh yeah, it's the one, Pumpkin Latte. I'm just doing this because I know I have viewers who are also looking up with my reviews monthly. So this is the Esterbrook Pumpkin Latte, our 3rd April pen, and I inked this up with Ferris Wheel Press, what was that, Storied Blue. So it's also almost as finished, guys. I think I love my Esterbrook pens because it's just really used up so much, and I have well estimated them that at the end of the month it's almost finished as well. Rating, I think this is my least favorite among all my Esterbrook because of the nib. Okay, there's just some issues that I encounter, some scratchiness on some pages when I was writing. So, or maybe because the ink was too light, I don't know if I'm really writing it with pressure, but sometimes it's the scratchiness. I can feel see a slight scratchiness, but that's just me. I know it's tolerable, and just for me to select which one is my least favorite. And for that, in combination, it would be this, the Pumpkin Latte and the Ferris Wheel blue Storied Blue ink. So yeah, I've used this before and I love it with other inks. So that's a good point that I'm doing it in a different ink combination and having this record for my own reference. Fourth pen would be the Esterbrook ST Tortoise pen. Okay, this is the ST size, and this is also in F. Like I said, I don't have other nib size or special nibs for Esterbrook. I'm just happy and satisfied with the F. And to me, this is the least used pen. As you can see, the ink is still up to 50%, and this will be moving up to my May as well. Okay, let's just close that properly. And for my ST, I don't post them. So this is still 50%, or because maybe I don't like the color with my journaling. That can be a one factor, but yeah, this is, it's fine with me with the rose quartz. It's very smooth as well. Smooth. And just that the rose quartz is kinda more bolder in this nib, because I've used this Pelikan rose quartz ink on my other pens, which are like EF or F, but it's not as thick as this. Looks more thicker. Okay, as you can see, it's like a medium to me. And so that being said, the ink is more darker. But if I can show you the first time I swatched this rose pelican ink, it was really a pink, guys. Where is that? I hope I can find it, because I did not prepare to show that. It's not here, it's in my other desk. But this was a very, very light pink, almost close to a, you know, a neon baby pink. But with this, I'm not sure why it's darker. Last pen would be the Scarlet ST. Okay, this I'm gonna use for May, as we don't want to waste. There's still a lot of ink. Scarlet is inked up with the Urban Parfum Rosé. So this is a, yeah, scented ink. Obviously smells like rose florals. And let's see, oh, finished as well. So I hope this is going to write another 2% max, if not 1. And so again, one of the favorite, because it's finished. Let's just say 2%. And I'm gonna give this a 5. I think this is the perfect combination for me of all my Esterbrook's ink and pen combination, because I would really feel that it's also a fine nib, and the way the ink comes out is just like the normal fine to me. See, it's not, you know, when you write, the ink is not coming out a lot. It's so you'd still feel like it's still on the fine side. So yeah, a little bit of feedback, and then there's no ghosting and whatnot. So this is my favorite. This, I guess, is my top 1 for the month of April. And you know, my least one would be the pumpkin latte. I guess pumpkin latte is because of the ink, Ferris wheel blue, storied blue. So I'm really not into the lighter shade of ink, guys. It's not my cup of tea when I'm journaling. Okay, so these are my 4 I'm gonna wash from April, because my Tortoise is still halfway there, so I can still use this next month. Okay, so, or May, or this month. This is a bit of the delayed, and I'm gonna just rest this off now, and I'm gonna use other pens for the month of May. So this is how I rotate my almost 60 fountain pens. If you have no idea how you're gonna use all your pens in a year, this can be one good idea for you guys. So that's it. I hope that you have some takeaways in my brief review. It's not really a big of a difference, because obviously all nibs are in fine, but it's just a matter of different ink, brand ink, you know, colors that I used with them. So this is my personal record. I'm just sharing with you. And yeah, if you have any similar experience, let me know in the comment section, and I'd love to interact with you guys when it comes to fountain pens, inks, and whatnot. Let me know if you also have other best combination for your Esterbrook pens, and also if you have not purchased any Esterbrook pens, I think you can get them in Atlas Stationers and in the website. I'm not sure if I'm an affiliate of Atlas, but I don't know if Esterbrook. I just confirm in the description if you can use my code, and that's Cory10. Thank you so much for dropping by, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for all those who have already subscribed, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!